Hi, my name is Oma, your host on Straight Talk with Oma. Straight Talk with Oma is an online magazine program designed to bring divergent opinions on conversations around social, political, religious, and cultural. It was birthed in 2020 amidst the coronavirus pandemic and the exigencies of the time. In 2020, we had over 15 episodes with over 10 credible panelists on our program. I'd like to take this moment to thank all our panelists for 2020 for a job well done. May I also thank our viewers, our friends, our fans for your likes, your comments, and your shares. My name is Oma, your host on Straight Talk with Oma. Straight Talk with Oma is an online magazine program designed to bring divergent opinions on conversations around social, political, religious, and cultural. It was birthed in 2020 amidst the coronavirus pandemic and the exigencies of the time. In 2020, we had over 15 episodes with over 10 credible panelists on our program. I'd like to take this moment to thank all our panelists for 2020 for a job well done. May I also thank our viewers, our friends, our fans for your likes, your comments, and your shares.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening to you, my viewers, my friends. I'm just seeing so many of you already joining. Good evening. And I'm delighted to welcome you to the conversation tonight. Our conversation tonight will be on the prevailing health challenges, solutions, remedies. And our guest today is an incredible man. I'll get to introduce him and read a brief on him. But at this moment, he's not yet here in the studio, and I'm in touch with his technical team, and they are working on getting him join us any moment. Any moment. I do sincerely apologize for this. Please stay with us. I beg, stay with us. No verse. Stay with us. No go. Today conversation go. It go sweet you. Please stay with us. Whilst we wait for Dr. Okoye of the STWO group, may I just remind us of coronavirus pandemic. We are still in the pandemic. It is not over. And if you have been following the news across the world, in Europe, in America, and you will see, or you would have noticed, the increasing rate of new infections across the globe. You would have noticed, or you would have read somewhere, the increasing rate of the virus. And it calls for caution. It calls for an enhanced measures also for checks for you and your household. Please don't take it lightly. I know that a lot of us have kind of relaxed after the previous wahala. We have relaxed, and it's like everything is okay, but everything is not okay yet. It is not yet uhuru. I think that's what they say. So coronavirus is still very, very around, especially the Delta variant. And that one is the rate of transmission or infection is very speedy. So it's important that we keep ourselves in check. We do what we were doing before, reintroduce all the precautionary measures back, reintroduce them to your daily living. So let me thank some of you that I have seen since we have a little bit of time. Favor American in that. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, I'm deeply sorry for your network, and I hope that it will stabilize, because everyone needs to hear Dr.Savealife. Dr. Okoye is an incredible man, and I hope that we can have him join us. I hope that it's possible to have him join us. I hope it's possible. I hope it's possible to have him join us. Welcome, Titus. Welcome. Guys, can you hear me? Is anything wrong with my voice, or is this somebody's network? Oh my God, I don't know what to say. Can you guys hear me? Please, somebody should give me an update. Yes, Titus, thank you so much for joining. Yes. Thank you so much for having us as your favorite online talk show. Thank you so much. I can't wait also to hear Dr. Richard. I can't wait. Okay, thank you, Dora. Thank you so much. I can't wait to hear Dr. Richard. Hi, Sheung. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. Yes, Lily is in the house, our media assistant. The media assistant to Straight Talk with Oma, our online magazine talk show. This is our media assistant. She's here tonight to do what she knows how best to do. Hello, Dora. Thank you so much, darling. Thank you for joining. Thank you. I saw Mrs. Metiko a while ago. Mrs. Metiko. I saw Mrs. Metiko. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Solo. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. My favorite Duchess. My favorite Duchess. My favorite Duchess. No. Thank you so much today. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Please just bear with us. I'm sure in a while he will join us. I'm sure Doctor will come up shortly. I'm very sure of that. I'm sure of that. I've been working with them since for tonight, and you know how it is when the big elephant is coming, and there will be some kind of distractions here and there. Yes, it's fine. It's fine. No need for apologies. It's fine. It's fine. I just know that something is going on. Okay. I think my guest is here. Oh my God, the big elephant is here.
Not intentional.
Is here.
My apologies, please.
Oh no, doctor, it's okay. I should apologize for even disturbing you.
They had not just a little. They had some technical issues, but I think it's fine now.
Yes,
my pleasure meeting you.
Doctor, you are such a humble human being.
I also apologize. I came into Abuja, but honestly, I would say the truth. I broke down, so I was not really much available. Yeah.
It's fine. I'm sure you will be here again, and we'll get to see you. We'll be there to roll out the red carpet for you, doctor.
I never reached that level.
You don't reach. Where are they? You reach past.
My pleasure.
Okay, welcome, doctor. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have the big masquerade, and like the Igbos will say, is so like when the big elephants come or the big masquerade comes into the arena, the smaller masquerades will just give way, and it is also biblical, because in the Bible, when Moses went to Pharaoh to tell Pharaoh why he had to come back to save God's people, Pharaoh decided to showcase himself. So when Moses threw his rod down and it turned to a big snake, Pharaoh called his magicians and the Chaldeans in the land to throw their own sticks. And theirs were like the small masquerades, and the big masquerades swallowed them up. So you see why the Igbos say we are the Jews. We are the Jews. So our proverbs and our culture kind of is interwoven with Tonight's conversation is on the prevailing health challenges, causes, cure, and remedies. And tonight, without talking too much, I have an incredible personality. In fact, I call him headpreneur. But Dr. Richard C. Okoye is the Group Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Savealife Group, consisting of Savealife Mission Hospital, Savealife Medisoc Limited, a software developing company based in the United States of America. Dr. Okoye is the founder of Dr.Savealife app, a medical artificial intelligence model that answers the problem of primary healthcare in Africa. In his effort to revolutionize healthcare delivery in Africa, he established an ISO certified group of hospitals, Savealife Mission Hospitals, multi-specialty hospitals with ultra-modern facility for endoscopy and laparoscopy. The laparoscopy. Hell, that's what we call it.
An interesting personality, honestly. Let's leave the big drama.
I have to read it, doctor. I need them to know the kind of person I have in front of me. So, doctor, also, they have that the part of the hospital is IVF and ICSI fertility, laser prostatectomy, land and air ambulance services, knee and hip replacement, and so on. Dr. Richard C. Okoye has just commissioned another world-class hospital, Savealife Mission Hospital in Owerri, equipped for medical treatment in the eyes of the new technology. In his effort to revolutionize healthcare system in Nigeria and Africa at large, he has sponsored the training of doctors in different super specialty disciplines in various centers abroad. He has also supported various hospitals in healthcare improvement and equipment. Dr. Richard C. Okoye is also the president of Dr.Savealife Foundation, a non-governmental organization that has helped thousands of indigent patients for medical treatment in Nigeria and abroad. He is the author of 24 best-selling books. He is the presenter of the popular educative health TV and radio show, You and Your Health, running in Nigeria and Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, do join me. Welcome, Dr. Richard C. Okoye.
I appreciate it. We are still going on.
Yes, doctor, welcome. So let's just kickstart our conversation. Before I got in touch with you, I saw a video, like I said in my mail, I saw a video of you on actor Ejike Asiebu, and it caught my attention. First of all, I was fascinated by your intelligence. It was so palpable, by your knowledge, medical knowledge, and I wanted to know who this person is. These are the kind of people I want to be connected with. Ada mama, when I become the president or the minister or something, you got that. So I went further and I tried to read a little bit about you. I discovered so many things about you, and then I decided to send you a mail because nothing moves until we move. So I decided to send a mail. I just tried my luck. I've sent a mail to a couple of great personalities, interesting personalities, and just a few respond. It doesn't mean anything to them, but your humility to not just reply my mail, but to call me, I mean, it touched me. I said, okay, this is not just an intelligent, super productive individual. This is a very humble person who is willing to share his wealth of knowledge to help humanity, especially at this time. So I'm very thankful, sir. Welcome. Let's talk about health matters, prevailing health matters. Let's start with kidney failure. You can start however you want to start, doctor, is fine. But I need to just give you the space to talk.
Basically, kidney failure has been something that, unfortunately, in the recent time, it has been a more common issue. Which, if you make a kind of a comparative statistics, it wasn't that the occurrence is not as much prevalent as it is right now. And that could actually be pointed out to a number of things. One interesting thing everyone should acknowledge is that the kidney basically handles any other problem the body has, and the body wants to say, no, we are rejecting this. It has to get to the kidney, and the kidney has to push it out. If you take any toxin, the liver tends to manage it. If it couldn't manage it and it doesn't want to get the entire body intoxicated, it has to get it to the kidney. And sometimes, because of issue of dehydration, when some people don't take enough water, those things that otherwise would have been, as soon as they get into the kidney, it should be flushed out. We now have the opportunity to remain there for a while. That's why it's not a very good, it's not an advisable thing for someone to have to retain urine. You get press, you have to, hold it on and on and on. You people can tie everything before you consider all the things you have to take out of the body. In a number of occasions, you decide to hold it there. That conservative life is not too healthy for the kidney. So having those toxins, those chemicals right in there over the period of time, it start causing some damage to the kidneys. Okay, so in the current sense, some of the things that have made this kidney issue become so prevalent happen to be some of the things we do take. Now I take it again on the aspect of some of the things we drink. Some people drink all manner of roots, all manner of things. They drink, they don't even know the content. That happened to be a young lady that, on the course of looking for the fruit of the womb, issue of infertility, he went and took one concussion. On the taking of it, the kidney packs up. She didn't have the money to begin to attend to kidney-related problem. She's in the grave right now, just on that little mistake. So it is what I'm actually coming in here is that most of the things we take today, a number of them we do not know. We don't know their chemical composition, but we're just taking them because somebody say it's good for your health or so. A lot of products, or they call it supplement, they call it all manner of things. We should be very sensitive on things we put into our body, particularly those we don't understand. But so part of it could be reason why these recurrent cases of kidney problem also. But the commonest cause of kidney failure in human body is diabetes. As a matter of fact, if not because of the disease, it's something that diabetes is, it's not a sugar related problem as we do call it sugar problem. It is rather an insulin problem, because what it does is it helps the body to take in food, water, and all that for the cells. So when the insulin is not available in the cells, what it does is that it will not be able, the cells will not be able to eat, and by not being able to eat well or take enough water, they start dying. If such an event also happen in the kidney, the cells of the kidney will gradually be dying. So that's why among those diabetics, you find most of them, most kidney failure patients, you find most of them diabetic. All right. So when someone is diabetic, he should be in position to be mindful of the danger it poses to the kidney, so he should be able to get proper treatment and follow up to the treatment. You also look at the issue of what we do take, what we do drink, toxic things we do take, even without knowing. We also put caution over them also, and a number of other things that could be also congenital or genetic, contributing to that.
Okay, in the cure or in management of, or in the event, okay, let me ask this way. What are the signs to look out for, to our indicators of kidney malfunctioning or something?
Okay, there's something very interesting about kidney failure. As a matter of fact, 90% of the kidney can fail without showing any symptom. It's a
Wow.
very, yeah.
Wow.
90% of kidney function can go and no sign. So waiting for symptoms most times could be misleading, because it requires only 10% of its functionality to be compromised further, for the person to begin to feel that tiredness, issue of leg swelling, issue of now what they call creatinine, urea, start going high. And when those accumulation of the urea, they call it uremia, excessive accumulation of urea in the body. That's what will make the person now start feeling dizzy, restless, being in a state of as if it's getting drowned. All right. Some can now go into unconscious if it becomes very, very high. So most of those ammonia related problems happens when the kidney has already at the point that it's already given us. So that's why routine investigation, still be the best option to the follow-up of that.
Okay, what can we do to keep us it, what can we do to help us not to have to fall into this in sickness or something, not to
There are
have this experience?
precautionary measures as earlier mentioned. All right. Abuse of drugs. You see young people today abusing tramadol, abusing painkillers. All these things are all hitting on the kidney. So you see those abuses. That's why you see younger people these days having kidney failure. It's supposed not to be so. You know, and some of those smoky things they smoke, go and all manner of things. Some people will not even get money, go mix up any kind of leaf wey you see. You could just say smoke am. You will just go there and just be hitting on the kidney. So avoidance of all those things, avoidance of drugs unprescribed by your doctor. Even when your doctor prescribe, you do a follow-up. Don't assume that your doctor has prescribed this drug because you are hypertensive or diabetic and you keep on taking it. Some of them can compromise the kidney. That's why most time when you get to a doctor, the doctor will say, stop this one now, because he has seen some things you may not have even been feeling it. But he says, stop this. But when the doctor prescribes drugs for you, because you don't want to go and pay consultation fee perhaps, you go and be buying it on your own. That's why most of them end up this way. So all those things are the precautionary measures, and also ensure that you urinate when the urge comes. All right, because dehydration is the commonest cause of kidney stone, and kidney stone also damages the kidney. When somebody, if you live in the village or where people normally urinate publicly, most of us will form as if they throw us on air, But if you have if you have been in a community where people urinate outside, in fact that over the time of people urinating there, you will see like the place will become like cement, additional thickness of this thing will just be there. You begin to wonder, where is this thing coming from? Does it mean that people are urinating cement? No. What happened in that very place is that when your body look at all those epithelial cells and the crystals in the body, you flush them out. But when these things come to the kidney and overstay, all right, if there be also something that's supposed to go on like calcium oxalate, calcium oxalate is like plaster, this cement. Any way it mixes with anything, water can form like a block. You get that picture? So when it gets into the kidney and finds some of these crystals, epithelial cells, all staying there for long, it will now begin to melt them in, and they may become something like a block. That is what is called kidney stone. And before you know, it starts damaging the kidney cells, depending on the size and the severity of the case.
Okay, thank you,
So
doctor.
all
Okay,
those
let
things,
me ask.
hydration and all that is very paramount to maintaining of the kidney.
Okay, how much of benefit is green tea and to the kidney? How much of benefit? Because we have been inundated with so much about green tea, green tea. So how much of benefit? Some say I don't drink coffee, I drink green tea. I don't drink this, I drink green
Yeah,
tea. So let's talk
yeah.
about it.
Basically, I'm not right here with a proper statistical data analysis with respect to the health values or the health danger of that very product. So I don't think I'm in the best position now to give a direct information on that.
Okay, thank you, doctor. Thank you. Very, very good. Thank you. So let's talk about the next one, which is still in the same family. Let's talk about cancer. As much as you can talk about cancer.
Yeah, it's oncology is a huge subject, but we are talking to us here. We are not talking as though we're medical school.
Yes,
We are
sir.
going
Yes.
to talk that should be beneficial to people. Now, when you look at this word cancer, cancer simply means mad cells, all right? Whereby in your house you have people that used to behave well, and all of a sudden he say, get up. There's a case of a young man that the mom was shouting and saying, Junior, sit down. The guy refused to reason. I said, I mean, you should sit down, otherwise I will flog you. And the guy eventually sat down and said to the mom, I said, look, mommy, I'm sitting down, but inside me I'm standing up. So when you have such rebelliousness or such kind of cells that doesn't follow the guideline of the body regulatory mechanism, those things become cancer. That's why it's called crab, it can misbehave and all that. So that could happen in any of the organ or the cells of the body. But it's all related to the different organs. Then you name them after that particular affected organ. But important thing to mention that early diagnosis of any health condition, including cancer, is as good as prevention. All right? Because today, the issue that has to do with cervical cancer can be cured, prostate cancer can be cured, intestinal cancers can be cured. Be that as it may, the fundamental requirement is early presentation. At what point do they present? But the unfortunate thing we have in this side of the world, we hardly have cancer survivors. Why? The reason is that most time when people have a health condition or a discomfort in the body, instead of going to the hospital to do proper evaluation of that, they will first of all think of their enemy who is responsible for that. So we go to the church and start binding all the witches and wizards first. That before they will now present to the hospital, it's already late. It's already when the worst has already happened. And unfortunately, in the system we find ourselves, some we even preach to their members, say, don't go to the hospital, it's a sign of faithlessness. If you go to the hospital, you will die. So many things, unfortunate narratives tend to upload the people that early decision. And sometimes you hear people say, no, take this fellow to India, take to UK, take to United States. A privilege I've been able to enjoy being part of those kind of journey. Any cancer that has metastasized over the body is just like a palliative management or what you call conservative management you can give. Nobody could do anything. It's only at what point will this fellow die. So the aspect of it is that I will be in position to recommend early evaluation, a routine health check. As one advances in age, there's one philosophy that I hold so strong. Aging without going for health check is like driving a car without dashboard. When even when the water is finishing, you're not aware, the oil not aware, so you can knock any day. So
is it not, doctor? Is it not divine health?
Okay, we will be in position to appreciate that very well. See, there's a little concern we have here, and that is basically what we have been having that problem in. If I go to hospital, would it be a sign of faithlessness? That's basically what the problem has been. If I go to hospital, will it be a sign of faithlessness and all that? But I'm here now to tell you something that will help our audience and viewers. The fact remains that the Bible says that we are saved by faith. We are saved by hope now. But he said concerning faith that we have to live by it. This very faith, if you look at the book of Hebrews 11, we define faith. He said that faith is a substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. All right. So the two ingredients of faith is that you must not see it and you must have to hope for it. Okay. Now, in the book of Romans 8, verse 24, he said, hope, we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is no more hope. If you have seen it, why are you hoping for it? So he find out that if you take away the hope from the word of faith, faith is irrelevant. So what happens is that there are certain things that may be hopeless. You may not see it. You don't have any assistance in that. You can trust God divinely to finish it up. But the ones he has provided the solution, it is no longer faith at that point because the solution is available. But the problem we have is not the issue of faith or that. Why you see most people binding witches and wizards, they don't want to spend money. That is the nature. They don't want to spend money. That's why I ask people, if your problem is poverty dependent, tell God the truth. Don't use witches and wizards to confuse people. Because even you, Nancy, let me ask you something. For you to feel something, look at it. For you to buy gold, for you to buy your clothes, buy shoe, buy that, you willingly buy them freely. In fact, if you get to the market and get one you like, you don't have up to the money, you will go home and your mind will be on it. Later you go back
put
again.
Advance, so you will drop small money.
You will put up an advance and say, please keep this one for me. Isn't it? Then you keep on working to get that particular one. Now, it's because of the fact that you put value in it. But when it comes to your health, if you are paying money now for your health care, it's going to pay you. They do you. They do you. Yeah. You see, it will be paying you. You say, is it not the money I would have used to buy other things? That is the crisis we have both in the church and in the secular society today, that we don't put value first on our health. If you lose money, you lose something. But if you lose your health, you lose everything. Nothing works. That is the fundamental thing. But that value, we don't put it. That's why even when God gives you money to solve your problem, you will still be asking, oh God, come down and manifest your power, oh God. By the time you finish, he will give you a knock. That's why most people will fast and pray. When they finish, the headache they will have. Not God give them, say you are very stupid. So the summary of it is that people should spend money to go to hospital, be properly evaluated. Most times they say, I have done this evaluation, but I'm not getting result. There's nothing wrong for you asking second opinion. Very critical. You can ask for second opinion. So if there are hospitals that may not have the needed equipment to be in position to evaluate those things, you understand? So it becomes imperative that if you have done this here and it's not working, seek for second opinion before thinking that witches and wizards may be after you.
Wow. Incredible, doctor. Incredible. Okay, let's talk about fibroid. We have all kinds of things. People drink all kinds of things, and first of all is to have an understanding, because you talked about fibroid on that video, and I thought it would be okay for people to listen to you on this platform while you speak about that too.
Yeah, the subject of fibroid is, first of all, there's a lot of misconception. And I think if I have the opportunity to help some people here, it's a true knowledge that they just want to be delivered. So that information is very key. Fibroid is not a spiritual problem. That is the first thing anybody should know here. Fibroid is a gynecological tumor. You can touch it. You can, and as a matter of fact, permit me to tell you that Fibroid is a problem that has been found to be very common among Black women. If you get to Asia, you will not see any woman. Hardly will you see a woman with even 5 cm fibroid. Among the whites, even in the United States, you will not see most of them with fibroid. It's common among Black women. And that brings us to the question, why is it common? It is common because genetically it has been found that our women have a lot of estrogen, one the hormones, that regulate issue of fertility and all that. That also fuel the issue of fibroid growth in our women's womb. Be that as it may, that also makes our women to be more fertile than most of those Western women, because that also helps them in fertility. All right. So that is the reason why it is common here. It is not a spiritual problem, and it is something that statistically, 1 out of every 4 women have fibroid. 1 out of every 4. And as common as it is, the issue also, important thing for me to mention is that the presence of fibroid in a woman's womb does not mean that that woman is no longer fertile or that woman will not be able to get pregnant. But all depends on the size and the location of that very fibroid. Some people will say that, no, I have fibroid, but it is not in the womb. It's not true. Every fibroid a woman has is within her womb, except a very rare one that is called ligamentous fibroid that may be growing in the long ligaments of the baby, but it's very rare. But almost all the fibroids are within the womb, all right? But the womb has 3 layers. You have, just like you can see my palm here, you have this outer coat this way. It's a subserous layer. The middle has a thick muscle of that womb. It's called intramural layer. And then the inner lining, where the menses usually come, is called the submucous layer. Fibroid can grow on this outer one, and such one, because they have a full space interfacing with the abdomen, they can grow very big. And that's why you see some of our women carrying some, you can even prophetically say, Madam, you are carrying twins. so so those kind of big tummy, it's not fibroid, all right? Then you have the one that can grow at that muscle, you call it intramural fibroid. But those ones that make the women to bleed very well is called the submucous fibroid. Those ones are located inside where the mens is coming. All right. Now, let me be able to point out something very classical here, that every woman in her reproductive age group should be seeing menses every month. And that very menses has a character. And that very character it has is that menstrual blood does not form clots. Clots, it doesn't come in lumps of blood, okay? So, but in a situation where you see the blood now coming out in lumps, what it means that is you are no longer shedding the normal menstrual blood, you are now shedding your own blood at that point in time. All right. So it is something every woman should watch out for. That menstrual blood does not form clot. It does not come in blood. So the commonest cause of excessive menstrual bleeding is fibroid in a reproductive age woman. Excessive menstrual bleeding is fibroid. There's one also very much like fibroid. Even if you do a scan, if it's not a very smart fellow that will get it done, it will also call it fibroid. It is called adenomyosis. Adenomyosis is rather the thickening of the muscles of the womb itself. So it's not like fibroid you will open and bring out like egg. This one is the muscle of the womb itself that get thickened. So those women do suffer excessive menstrual bleeding, and in addition with that, painful menstrual bleeding, very painful. Some of them, when it comes, they can't go anywhere. So it was this like this, the hell is let loose. So they suffer that excessive menstrual. When when the bleeding is associated with such a severe menstrual pain, it's most likely to be adenomyosis. All right. Now, getting to the treatment, which where most of our women do have this very confusion. The number one is that I say it here categorically, and I'm not speaking because there's anybody here that at least God has blessed me enough that at least I stand to tell you the truth when it has to do with this subject. Now, there is no known drug anywhere in the world that can take fibroid away from the womb of a woman. Very striking. I made this statement now. I want to say it again. There is no known drug that can take fibroid out of a woman's womb. However, there are drugs in the category of they call the gonadotrophin releasing hormone analogs. These drugs are in the market. You can get them as a Lupride, Lupron, Goserelin, Zoladex, and a number of them in that grade. What do? They block the flow of estrogen, that very hormone that I said that is associated with women getting fibroid and all that. It gets the block of the production of that hormone. By so doing, it may help to shrink fibroid. All right. If that injection is given every month for about 6 weeks, about 6 months. However, that hormone is also essential for the fertility ability of the woman. And most of our women who have fibroid is also concerned about their fertility. Do you understand me? So, sorry.
It's okay, doctor.
Let me
So sorry.
Okay. Sorry for the interference.
No, it's fine, sir.
Okay, now looking at that, now the question is, what about all these products all over the whole place?
The shrinking products, the shrinking one, the melting ones.
That will melt it, the one that you will cheat it out, and all those kind of things I will tell you. Listen and listen good. I'm not here to disprove anybody's product. No, this one can do this. But there's a wisdom. And I don't know why our women are so gullible that small thing they're falling into it. But if anybody tells you, that is acid test I'm releasing right now. If anybody tells you you have fibroid and he has a treatment for it by reason of his product, if you say now prayer, they pray for you. Before you start, go and do pelvic scan. As earlier said, fibroid is not a spirit. You can comfortably be in position to touch it and all that. You can scan and see the different sizes of the fibroids. You get that? And what is going on here? Can you please come and attend to this? All right. Sorry.
No, sir. It's fine. Sorry.
So when you do the
pelvic scan,
the scan will give you the sizes of the fibroid. All right. Then you keep it. It's your property. Whatever the fellow tells you, continue to take. At least 1 month for your health's sake. Don't forget what we earlier stated about the kidney problem. For the first 1 month, you should go back on your own. Don't say let the person lead you to somewhere. Go back on your own. Do the scan. If upon doing the scan, the fibroids are still there staring at you, you don't need any spirit or somebody to prophesy to you that the thing is going. You can't be that crazy. You get that kind of thing. So if the thing is staring at you, you don't need a prophet to tell you are being deceived. And if you see some women, if you see all manner of things, some will go, they will burn off the thing. And let me be very raw to tell you this. Shout it to every woman. Let on no condition you open your legs for anybody to insert anything, any product or leave or whatever inside their vagina. You can finish the person there. The day I will have opportunity to tell us some of the challenging people suffer where they're not seeing their period, I will tell you much about that some other time. But see, When somebody inserts something inside the vagina, you see this my two hands now. As long as I'm alive, these two hands will never come together. All right? Because of this keratinized squamous epithelial cell that tend to, cover here. But if I zip down here, if I zip here down and remove it, and zip this way, if I put the two of them can come. So the one that covers the vagina is tinier than this. It's not keratinized as it were. So anything that burns off that place, it can come together. A woman was issue of going for this kind of thing we're talking about. She went there and the woman opened her leg and insert a leaf. He said it burnt her small, they let her remove it. The vagina come together. From the issue of going for fertility related problem and this number, now the vagina became half. She
Oh my
can't
God.
the intercourse again with a lot of pains. Now, because the vagina is closed, the menses can come out. And every month, because the menses will be inside, trying to force itself outside, it can't come out, the woman will be having very severe pain. Every month, when the blood is there, the prostaglandins and everybody will be trying to force it. It can't come out. You know what? It will now end up every month. The macrophages will go there and clear off the blood. By next month again, it will become a torture. We have to do what is called vaginoplasty for the woman to reconstruct the vagina again. So it's a crazy thing that so many of our women, some will go and they use stone, burn their stomach. Sometimes they say you people are weak gender. It's a lie. The thing you people they endure, only God knows.
Doctor,
they're very, very weak gender and a lie. The thing you people
oh my God, Doctor, you finish us. Whoa, amazing.
Yeah, so the truth of the matter is that in fibroid treatment, surgery remains the only treatment option that can guarantee the fertility future of that woman currently. An interesting thing about it is that now that there's a lot of advancements in the issue of doing fibroid. You can get fibroid done today. In the next 3 days, you are home. You can even do the one you don't need to tear the body open, the one that's called laparoscopy. Now, the diatomy machine came in that even if you cut, it seals the blood vessel, so you may not need to bleed at all. You may not need to bleed at all. And that's why I also encourage most of our women that are out there in Europe. We have a lot of patients coming from Europe and America to do the surgery here. The advantage in it is that over there in Europe, because these doctors are not exposed, they are not exposed to the issue of this fibroid. It's not in them. So what you are not used to, you can't do. That's why most of them will go in the process of doing fibroid in Europe or in America, and they will remove the womb. And that's why they also force them, they have to sign double consent, in case of any bleeding, we can remove your womb for medical reason, So, but when a lady that is outside the country having anything that has to do with the fibroid, encourage the person to come down to Nigeria. There are a lot of hospitals. I'm not talking must come to my hospital as it were, but to get to Nigeria and get it done, because this is the problem of our women. And by reason of technology today, a lot of things can be excellently done, as I can tell you. So that's just the truth about it. And one of the concerns most women do have also is the issue of regrowth of the fibroid. That I did the fibroid will grow. Yeah, I will be very frank to tell you this. Every woman that has fibroid that has a tendency of regrowing another fibroid if left over time. But why it was not during our grandma's years, somebody have actually asked that question. Why is it that it seems to be more prevalent in our own women of this time compared to those of our grands now? The reason is very simple. Most of them married at the early age. In fact, 20, 21, they're almost done, they born, they go. But today now, the woman has to carry on the career and all manner of things. The men also, by that time, time you can easily do this. But today, the men will not say, I never ready. Even at the age of 40, one of a friend called me and asked me, Dr. Okoye, please, is it good for a man to marry somebody that lost him or somebody he lost? I told him, good boy, by your age, both of them can work. Go and marry. So when you look at all those factors in between, you find that most of our women now start getting married at 30 and above. So that's why the nation does not give room for vacuum. Once there is that vacuum over time, that's why you see fibroid growing. That is why you see a lot of reverend sisters. We will do a lot of fibroid operation for them, reverend sisters, because of that over time. So it is something that it is important that if fibroid is there, take it out. The one you took out will not be the one that reincarnated. But some people will say, no, I want to leave it until I get married. If you leave it and get married, are you going to start your relationship with such crisis? So all those factors are the things that I think is essential.
Okay, let me ask you, doctor. This is very dear to me. Like some of us that are married, and then we have not been doing that thing. I was told that leaving your body fallow or celibacy for a long time, that it contributes to fibroid. How true is that?
No, the issue on this, I love that very sincere question. The issue of sex, does not have any plus or minus when it has to do with fibroid growth. We're only talking about the age, which is not a respecter or person. Okay, but it's not the factor of saying that because you have sex regularly, that's why you will not have fibroid. No, it will come if God ordain it.
Okay, doctor. Okay, so can a woman get pregnant with fibroid? Is it possible to be pregnant and have a successful delivery, no matter how long? Can it be managed?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. I didn't get the question because it's like a network actually drag a little.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm asking, can a woman be pregnant with fibroid? Can you carry pregnancy with fibroid to a certain time, depending on when your doctor can advise?
That's absolutely. A person can have fibroid and can get pregnant, all dependent, as earlier said, on the location of that fibroid and also on the size of the fibroid. Number one is that a woman that has a fibroid that is sitting within that very submucous where the baby ought to stay, so the woman is likely to suffer a miscarriage. So fibroid is one of the causes of miscarriages. All right, and then if the fibroid is on the upper part, yes, the woman can get pregnant and carry the pregnancy going, but it may be suffering what is called red degeneration of fibroid in pregnancy, which is associated with pain. All right. So in between the pregnancy, she may have pain, but some people can have fibroid and still have their children, all dependent, as earlier said, the location and the size of the fibroid.
Okay, doctor, there's a question here, and I'm going to put you a little bit on the spot. This is opportunity I have to cut small soap from you. This person is saying, straight up with Oma, please, can you partner with Dr. Richard Okoye to give discount to as many women that will want to see him on fibroid-related issues? And she said, I will gladly be a donor, no matter how little. Most of our women are scared of operation. Doctor, can you give us some coupon to on a very subsidized partner with us?
You know, I'm very much, I have a foundation also that has naturally been very supportive in a number of health related issues. But the fact is, you know, we try to give what is called value. And most important is not just only doing the fibroid, also enhancing the woman fertility future. So sometimes part of the things we do may look a little bit unique, and the cost of it may relatively, somebody may say it's expensive, but overall the future will actually tell that you have already made the right choice. But my own capacity, maybe partnering with also Dr.Savealife, they can be in position to do something positive for them. I'm not beyond the way of that.
Thank you. So,
Mm.
Straight Talk with Oma will try to get in touch with Dr.Savealife Foundation and see what we can get for our viewers, our regular viewers, ladies and women who would like to have that. Okay. There's a question here that I would like you to answer before we proceed to just about two more questions before we go, sir. Still thanking you for your time. This question here says, what makes one feel cold in the heart?
Yeah, feeling cold in the heart. I don't know how to describe that particular symptomatology. But whatever happens around the chest region, I've become an advocate of, in the recent time, we're having a lot of people sleeping, they will not wake up. Some will fall and die, on the course of dancing and also doing something perhaps we have advocated before now that is a good for the body, that's doing exercise. But one key thing I want to make us understand here is that this, our heart or chest region, anything that happens around this very chest region is not specific when it has to do with symptoms. Because about this acid, there are a lot of organs here. All right, you have the heart at the center, you also have the esophagus, that the food pipe coming from behind, and then you have the stomach just immediately behind it. You have the pancreas, and also you have the liver here by the right, and under the liver you have the gallbladder. So a problem that has to do with peptic ulcer, gastritis, hiatus hernia, even cancer of the stomach, or even pancreas, head of the pancreas inflammation, or the tumor in it, or the liver tumor, or the gallbladder stone, or cholecystitis, that gallbladder inflammation, or the heart. All right. All this can bring pain that can come to the chest and go to the back, or sometimes move to the shoulder. However, the priority order is which of them kills. The one that kills is the heart. If anything goes wrong, a heart attack or nose arrest and all that. So it is expedient that such person be properly evaluated when it has to do with health wise. Health, the state of the heart should be properly evaluated. The person should get the ECG done and echo where necessary. You can get the stress ECG where this fellow is allowed to, while exercising, the electrical activity of the heart can be monitored. Also, where applicable, the pulmonary function test should be done, the chest X-ray. So all these things are some of the things I mentioned regarding this feeling of cold in the heart. It doesn't actually flow in the proper medical symptomatology, all right? But I'm just giving it that such a concern should not be swept under the carpet, say I'm having a pneumonia or something. So you get to the hospital where facilities are, you'll get those things properly evaluated. Thank God today we have a cath lab. It's a big project actually we did with CBN and the Access Bank, which cost us around 900 million. So that very cath lab is a facility that enable people that have heart attack, all those heart attack related or having heart failure, it can be reversed. They can still live. They don't need to be in the grave. So this is now that is available here now. So we give God thanks for that. Otherwise, many people have died because the facility is not available in the country on this side. The people just keep going for nothing. So my advice is for the person to go to the hospital and be properly evaluated. Based on the finding, we can discuss here and then give the right treatment.
Okay.
We are.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Still on fibroid, we have just two questions there. One said, so there is no, I guess the answer is obvious, no permanent cure for fibroid other than operation.
Yeah, I've established that here. Let nobody deceive you otherwise.
Thank you, doctor. Now, there's another question here. Say, what is under a woman's left lower abdomen immediately after the rib cage?
What is inside the place?
What is under? Doctor, look at your screen. What is
I
under?
saw it. Okay, is he talking about on the left side of the rib cage? You may only see the spleen there. All right.
Okay.
And the other side is all empty apart from the abdomen. At the back of it, you have the kidney, and the supraadrenal. That is the other way. There is that place and empty concum.
Doctor, I thought I'm the worst, the most unserious person. I didn't know that in all your life and experience and intelligence, you are just like me too. He said beyond that, it's only empty concum. Okay, she says, thank you, sir. All right, doctor, before let's take this last. We've talked so much about the women. Let's talk about sex enhancement drugs and death in men. Sex enhancement. We have organ, penis enhancement, stamina, 1 hour stamina.
Yeah.
You talked about this also in
I
one
think
video.
we have to look at it.
So let's go, sir.
Okay. Actually, it is the greatest disease. She's out. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, doctor. Don't
Can
worry,
you
go
hear me?
ahead. Yes.
Okay, interesting. It is the greatest disease in the current dispensation we find ourselves. And very unfortunate for me to say that you people, they cause all this problem. The cause of the women. Ask me why I say so.
Why,
Before
doctor?
this time, yes. Before this time, statistically, let me tell you, because most times people will say, how long should a man, be able to last sexually? The fact remains that from all statistics collected from men from Europe and different places, men last averagely 4 to 5 minutes on the average in the issue of one sexual intercourse. I'm talking about from the point of penetration to ejaculation, not minding the foreplay and all the rest, all right? But unfortunate as it were that social media and a lot of pornographic kind of dimension, and in pornography, you have, it's a film, all right? And a film can be, a 2 minutes film can be made a 1 hour, all right, by issue of just blending it and joining it, and even something you can just, so it gives the women impression that it's just spam for you to be, you must last for 1 hour. So the man now who used to be with the wife ejaculate gently, everybody is happy. All of a sudden the woman will say, just like that. Now, the man will be confused. He doesn't know. The woman, by the time a woman will tell a man, I'm not satisfied, the man. The man will come at a point of emission to ejaculate. Say, Papa, don't play, I never do. When the man will finish that day, we go and see him and begin to wonder what is happening to me. So that is how most men started looking for all manner of things, from roots to this to that. And what caused most of them to die on top? You know, saying only men they die on top, women know they die. Just to tell you how bad the situation is. So to tell you that what happened is that because of most of those drugs do not protect the heart. See, when a man is ejaculating, the heart will stop working because it will seize the sympathetic nervous system, so it will paralyze the heart. So that man, on the course of maybe it happens more in hotel where the man don't pay money and need to have a turnover of his money. And before money will reach, make him have a turnover that will cover his money. And on the effort to cough ejaculation, harder. The man will just stretch, the heart will just pack on top. They will not begin to hold. So it's a very complex problem, but I want to be in position to encourage the men, and also encourage women. This is becoming to be the latest madness everywhere. So the men are so confused. And when a man gives up in the inside, that's why sometimes we see some women, it seems as if with their wife again, they will not have erection because they have already lost the confidence. When they say that half an hour, they might go there. He will not be able to stand again. So all these things are causing problem. So, and by the time their mind begin to move that if you don't take that route, you will not be able to perform, it becomes dependent on it. So under normal circumstances, a man that has no problem hormonally and everything is fine, he said that he will not be able to achieve erection. So it is something that even before any man should start taking those drugs, number one is that he should know the state of the heart. The state of the heart, and you as a woman, when you see your husband on the course of intercourse, the man they breathe. I say, I beg, stop, Echi, tomorrow. We continue tomorrow. I beg. Make we continue tomorrow before you become a widow. So all these things, you make sure that the heart is good. So based on the heart being good, then all those things were necessary, but in most of the cases, it has of this very pressure that actually cause a lot of those problems.
So, doctor, so the men should, do they have to actually ejaculate? How many times is okay for a man to ejaculate within an hour or something?
It's an interesting thing to mention. God designed this a man's body that after ejaculation, let me just biochemically be able to tell you the process how erection occurs and how this ejaculation come about. At the back of a man towards the shoulders at the level they call it thoracolumbar vertebra, there are nerves that are there that are called parasympathetic nervous system. They stand like NTN mass that catches signal. If there's any sexual arousal or aroused by sight or by touch or by, if they get that information and send it to the brain. So the brain will now interpret what they are seeing or what they are imagining or what they are, and then release a chemical messenger called cyclic guanosine monophosphate. This very big, don't worry about the big gram. If you confuse, you share the blood of Jesus. So if that very chemical messenger will move through the blood and cause the blood vessels to open, so that blood vessels will move. Blood will move into the chambers of the penis, erection can be formed. All right. Then there's a vein that usually comes on top of the penis. That vein will be blocked so that the blood will not go back until the man ejaculates. After ejaculation, the body releases a chemical messenger called phosphodiesterase. What it does is that it relaxes it helps the heart to come back again. That's why after ejaculation, you see the man may be breathing faster. And then to bring the heart back to after the heart stops following ejaculation. So the heart has to come back. Most time in the past, men use sex as a tranquilizer that after ejaculation the person can sleep. But today, for where you must continue from where you stop. And on that very accord, in between that rest, it becomes that crisis. That for somebody to ejaculate now and you push the person, no, let the person get up, you are killing that man. The body needs a rest after each ejaculation before any other activity will come again. But some people will say for where you don't enter. But whatever happened, and then God they settle that one.
Doctor, I wanted to stretch this issue further, but let me just let you be, because you have made us a promise without knowing that you are coming back on Straight Talk with Oma. You know, let's take a few. There are some pertinent questions here, and these people are joining. Okay, Pastor Michael Olorundare say, greetings, Oma. Could doctors talk about high
Baby,
BP management, sir?
some other time I
Okay.
suggest.
Some other time, because it wasn't part of what we had to talk about today. Would you talk about a little bit on this?
No, not only that, it's a very broad subject, and I think it's something but anybody that has a BP should look into that. And there are a lot of drugs that can help out. But other
Okay.
issues concerning it can be a bit of a topic.
Okay. So my ECG reading is showing sinus reading. Normal ECG unconfirmed diagnosis. What's that, sir?
Then what are you using the word unconfirmed, meaning that he's just reading what is on the paper. We have actually an effort to help people, because many people get this ECG not properly interpreted. They don't know what's going on in the heart. So we have a group of cardiologists that we've been able to assemble, local and international. So we have an email. If anybody gets ECG done anywhere in Africa, you can send the ECG there and get a professional interpretation to it free of charge. All right, that is just a means. Yeah, the email is Save Heart. That Save is SAVE, normal heart, at askdoctor.co. The askdoctor.co, that's .co.
At doctor.co.
At askdoctor.co. So any message that gets there, a lot of people are interpreting it and sending back to them, at least just to
I would
be
like
sure.
to show you let's see if this is correct, if we got the email correct. Is that correct, doctor? Save Heart at Ask Doctor?
Yes, .co, correct.
Okay, please send your ECG to this email for proper interpretation. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, doctor.
My pleasure.
Somebody said something. We're rounding off, doctor, and I can't thank you enough for your time. Okay, this one says, I can attest to the doctor's response to the issue of fibroid and childbearing. My wife was diagnosed of fibroid early in our marriage, 2.5 decades ago. However, we were told that the fibroid was outside the womb. Hence, we were able to have all our children in spite of it. Now it has become more pronounced and we need to move. Okay, I think it's just a comment. This one is a comment. This person said, we are also told that menopause can eliminate fibroid. What do you have to say about that? Is that correct, doctor?
Yeah, so it's not that menopause will eliminate it. It's just following the same principle of, at menopause, there's ovarian shutdown. And it is the ovary that produces the estrogen. So meaning that what feeds the fibroid is no longer available. that the possibility of it shrinking over time. But that does not mean that it will absolutely disappear. But all depending on the size. If the thing is protruding and giving the woman ugly abdominal protrusion, that should be out.
Okay. The guy that asked about his ECG said he has sent his email or the result to that email, but no reply. I guess
No, 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 no,
Doctor.
no. You need to exercise patience because this is a pool. That, but the truth of the matter is that they are working there. This, otherwise, if you get to a hospital close to you or you're in Port Harcourt, you can bring it direct. But the fact is that the answer hundreds and thousands as well. I also follow them up on that.
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
Um. Okay. This one says, Doctor, please can one see Dr. Okoye for medical issues? My friend for the past 1 year could not bend down or walk a long distance. Okay. What I will do, Doctor has a page on. Okay, Doctor, what do you have to say about that before?
No, it's just the issue of availability, but it's something that basically I'm in Port Harcourt, based in Port Harcourt, though I travel out and come in, but basically I'm always around in Port Harcourt whenever I'm around. So okay, well, okay, let me just use a number. If the person has any health related question, it can be sent to a parent number that I can reach and be able to
Okay,
answer
sir.
when I'm free. This number is 0704 400 0139. This very number, I created it for basic questions on help people, to help people, not necessarily my direct line. But if this particular question come into here, I can be in position to give it attention whenever I'm free.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. Last question before I leave you. This person says, Doctor, what's the best lubricant to use?
The best
Doctor,
lubricant is
doctor,
water.
doctor, these are the harder people, oh, by themselves. They are the harder.
It depends on, when it has to do with lubrication, it is the duty of the woman should respond to lubrication. So more or less is a foreplay. Every woman, but this may be more peculiar with women that have undergone this genital mutilation called this female circumcision. Such people may have a little distance, but there's always a point where you can understand that you respond better, which you can communicate to your spouse. This area I respond better. So that makes it more natural than always looking for KY jellies and all the rest. And in most cases, and in most cases, when you depend on that, if the man goes little, the thing will dry up. So let's make it as more natural as we could be. Whatever way that it gets you better, talk to your spouse.
So it's better than using lubricants.
Yeah, it's only when it becomes extremely necessary.
Okay. So, and they can use water-based lubricant or
Water-based lubricant, not oil, in order not to affect the protective equilibrium of the vagina, because the vagina is meant to be protected. Otherwise, you will be prone to a lot of infection.
okay. Wow, there are so many questions coming up, but I have to ladies and gentlemen, you have to just let Dr. B. This man is a workaholic, and for us to have him to join us on Straight Talk with Omar this Sunday, I'm sure it's a huge sacrifice, and I will not want to overstretch it. He's already tired, and I know he has a long day tomorrow. So if you have any question for Doctor, Please, doctor has a page. There is a page on Facebook. It is, let me see so that doctor can confirm.
Dr.Savealife.
It's Dr. Save a Life. Dr. Save a Life on Facebook. It's a page. So look for this page. Follow doctor. Doctor, let me project. Is this correct?
Yeah, Dr.Savealife. Yeah, correct.
Okay. Please follow doctor on his page. I want everybody to follow doctor on Dr. Save a Life. It's a page on Facebook. Please follow doctor. And there are some of these questions you're asking, doctor has dealt with them. In fact, I live on his page. I live on that page. I am always like going through, looking at his old videos, looking at his interview on television. So please go to, I know you people don't like to follow people. You are not following Straight Talk with Oma, but you are here enjoying. Please follow our page, Straight Talk with Oma, and go follow Dr. Save a Life. We'll be having doctor again when it is absolutely convenient for doctor. Doctor, I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much, sir, for coming. You made the difference today.
I appreciate it. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. We will try to visit your hospital and see what we can do any of the days that is available. And thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
I want to thank all your team, sir. Please thank them for us. Thank Augustine for me. He's such a brilliant, hardworking person. Thank you, member.
Because the delay, so flog.
Thank you, sir. And I'm going to let you off the camera and off the platform. Thank you.
Thank you.
What a day. What a day. What a day. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for spending this great time with us. Thank you. And please keep a date with Straight Talk with Oma as we keep bringing you content, life-changing content, issues that have direct impact on you as an individual, on the economy, on our finances. Please stay with us on Straight Talk with Oma. And very soon, Straight Talk with Oma will only broadcast from Straight Talk with Oma page. Thank you and have a fantastic night. Bye.
Hi, my name is Oma, your host on Straight Talk with Oma. Straight Talk with Oma is an online magazine program designed to bring divergent opinions on conversations around social, political, religious, and cultural. It was birthed in 2020 amidst the coronavirus pandemic and the exigencies of the time. In 2020, we had over 15 episodes with over 10 credible panelists on our program. I'd like to take this moment to thank all our panelists for 2020 for a job well done. May I also thank our viewers, our friends, our fans for your likes, your comments, and your shares.